Set for first pitch quickly. Let's have a look at the Cleveland Indians lineup.
Well, leading things off, it will be Brantley, and then we have Cabrera, Chu, who's hurt the Mariners. He hits third. Hafner, Nix, Laporta, Crow, Donald, and then Marsan, the catcher, will hit ninth.
So we're set to go on blanket night here. They're giving away fleece blankets, and several people are using them here this evening. As we are underway, Mickey Brantley looks at a strike from David Pauly right on the inside corner. David Pauly has pitched very good baseball his last 2 innings for 5 innings. And then he runs into a roadblock when inning number 6 comes along. And so it's kind of a psychological thing with him, as the Mariners are trying to get Pauly through at least 5 and at least 6. And that pitch popped up foul outside of third over toward the dugout. And Josh Bard is there to make the catch. Fine play by the veteran catcher who had a big game against the Tribe in Cleveland.
Take a look at the numbers for David Pauly this year. 2-6 record, ERA at a 4.25, 53 innings pitched for him, 29 strikeouts. He's given up 7 home runs. I think Dave, too, going to what you're talking about, him getting deeper, some of those games have been tight games, and he has a tendency to start nibbling as he gets further in the game, not wanting to make that one mistake. And that's ended up costing him.
Well, you might say that for every pitcher, Mike, because this club just doesn't score runs. And every time you go out there, the pressure's on. It's a pressure cooker situation every time. There's a ground ball hit right to Josh Wilson, and Escobar Cabrera's going to be thrown out. Have a look at the Mariners' defense.
In the outfield will be Tuyas Sopo getting the start in left field. Saunders moves over to center field. Ichiro out in right. Lopez, Josh Wilson on the left side. Figgins and Kochman on the right side. And Josh Bard, who just made a nice play, will do the catching tonight.
Mariners winners by a score of 1-0, hanging on last night. Behind some brilliant pitching by Luke French, who took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. And then some help from the bullpen, and the Mariners were winners 1-0 as Shin-Soo Choo takes one inside, and there's Luke, the winner last night. On Choo. And that's low and inside. Ryan Runge is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. Mariners 3-2 against Cleveland with this game and one more game to go. And that's a quick 4-pitch walk to Shin-Soo Choo. And the big guy from North Dakota, Travis Hafner, will step up to the plate, hitting .276. One for 5 in this series so far in the first 2 games. At the knees, 1-1 to count. Talking about the pressure that the pitcher's under. The Mariners have scored 2 or fewer runs in almost a half of their games all year long. 60 times in 135 games, they have scored 2 or less runs. So you go out there every time if you're a pitcher, you're thinking, look, I'm just not going to get that many runs.
That's true, and I think that's another one of the arguments that's been so impressive about Felix this year, as he's been able to do that and keep the clubs into the games. Although he hasn't had the wins and has had to take some of the losses because of that, he's pitched well and pitched deep into those games. And you talk about David Pauly, a guy that doesn't have the experience that Felix does now. Although Felix is a young man, he has major league experience and plus stuff to go with that. So he's better equipped, I think, to pitch in those games. But it's been tough on the guys. No question about that, and they are all aware of it. They certainly know what you're talking about.
Pitch out that time, and she wasn't going anywhere. Darren Brown checking in with the Tacoma Rainiers, the club he left in first place. And boy, they're trying to hang on for dear life. Their lead is down to a half game over Salt Lake City. That's down one inside, I think, with only a couple of games to go. Tacoma's in Fresno tonight. They lost a heartbreaker last night in 12 with the grand slam home run in the bottom half of the 12th. And Salt Lake City, I think, has won 5 in a row now. And runner goes. The pitch is down low, no throw. So Shin Soo Chu is 17th stolen base. At the major league level, the club that is struggling and continues to struggle, the San Diego Padres. They have lost their 9th in a row this afternoon. So all of a sudden, they have hit a brick wall.
It's one of the things that a lot of the people were talking about looking at the Padres.
And a line drive, and it's a base hit into right field. So here comes Chu around third. Ichiro's throw to the plate won't be in time. And it's 1-0 Cleveland.
The location of this pitch up in the zone. Off speed, Hafner able to handle it. It's a line drive out in the left field. Not hit real hard. Chu with good speed, able to beat the throw to the plate. That's a pitch that David Pauly will look back at. He'd like to get that ball down because he left it up. Hafner was able to hit a line drive into right.
And Jason Nix will be the hitter. Cleveland has not lost a series here in Seattle in 7 years. Last time they lost a series was right back in 2003. So 19-9 in Seattle since 2003. 2 strikes on Jason Nix. Outside corner, and Nix is not at all happy with that call by the home plate umpire, Brian Runge, but he just dropped his bat, and he'll head on out on defense. 1 run for the Tribe. Mariners coming up. All right, Angie, and Ichiro leads it off here against Mitch Talbot and takes a strike. 0-1. Talbot, the loser in his only career appearance against the Mariners at Progressive Field a couple of weeks ago. as the Mariners started that long road trip. And Ichiro fouls the pitch back. Had a broken bat infield single yesterday to up his season total of 174 hits. A 5-game hitting streak. Talbot, a kid out of Utah. And a swinging a foul straight back. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Final from Provo just moments ago as BYU beat the Huskies this afternoon, 23-17. 23-17 BYU. Good lifter for both colleges. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ichiro, the strikeout victim, and with a 1 away, let's look at the Mariners lineup.
Following Ichiro, it'll be Bacon. Branyan moves up. He will hit third as a designated hitter. Lopez, Kochman, Bard getting the start behind the plate. He hit 6. Saunders, Tui, and then Josh Wilson will hit 9.
I think he went 2 for 3 against Talbot back in Cleveland. Mariners continue their power shortage. They've only hit 1 home run in the last 9 games. Of course, that was a mammoth home run by Branyan the other night that almost got into the upper deck. Russell is on deck. Season rapidly winding down, and the kids back in school, you might be picking your dates. Come out and see the Mariners play, and tomorrow might be a great day to come out and watch them. As that 2 hoppers hit to second baseman Jason Donald, and he throws him out because Felix will get a chance to go out to the mound and put on his show, and what a show it has been for Felix Hernandez this year. Felix Hernandez pitches against Cleveland tomorrow. And here is Russell Branyan.
Of course, you never know, but the struggles that Cleveland has had this year, may see something special tomorrow. Felix is on top of his game. Second in the league in ERA. Look at the numbers for him. He's completed 5 games this year. Leads the league in innings pitched, second in strikeouts. Tied for first, actually, now 200 with Weaver. So he's really pitched well this year.
And that ball's hit into the gap in right center field, and that's going to be missed out there by the right fielder as Chu slides, can't come up with it. But Brantley does.
I think this ball fooled Chu a little bit because it jammed Russell. The ball is actually moving away from him when usually when a right-handed hitter would hit it out to right field, it would hook back to him. But that ball stayed true, stayed straight out in right field, and Chu wasn't able to get to it.
Lopez up there now with 1 on, 2 out. And that ball is hit to right field, and Chu will have easy picking this time as he backs up and catches it for out number 3. So a 2-out single by Bragnon, but that's it. And after one, the Indians lead it 1-0. On Saturdays, he's joined us, so welcome one more time.
Thank you, Dave.
A little tinge of fall in the air.
Yeah, it does. It's football on TV and a little cooler temperatures. It feels like fall.
Well, here is Matt Laporta, the first baseman, leading it off for the Tribe here in the second inning. And Lopez has no problem with it. One down. How do you get pitchers over the hump, psychological humps of innings pitched? In other words, this guy right here, his last 2 outings, has each time gone 5 outstanding innings, just hit a wall in the 6th.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit on the radio side, that, sometimes you can get a guy who's cruising along and then his concentration gets shaken or something goes haywire that you just can't get back locked in the game. And as a catcher, you need to play psychologist a little bit and try a few different things to see if you can't get him back on track and or prevent it from happening in the first place, because that is a tricky topic.
One of the things that Dave and I were talking about over here is with Pauline, so many of the guys this year, because run production has been an issue with him, and he gets out there, and one of the things he has to be thinking about as a pitcher without a lot of experience is he goes out there 5 innings, he's in a 1-0 game, a 0-0 game, and you get so concerned about making that one mistake. Nice pitch right there by Dave Paul in the inside corner. And then you start nibbling a little bit, and that's when we've seen Adam do it a bunch this year. Josh Bard catching tonight, but having to go out there, I think, just to get him more aggressive back on the plate.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great point, Mike, because a lot of times guys will, a pitcher goes out there with the mentality that he's got to strike everybody out, and especially when you get into a close ball game like that. But the reality is you just got to pitch to contact. Let your fielders behind you take some of the burden off of you. You don't have to make that perfect pitch every time out. And when guys get into trouble, you're right. They start to pick a little bit. They start working the base on balls. They start loading the bases, and then things go haywire pretty quick.
Jason Donald takes a strike and swings and misses into the count. All the sinkers away. And 2 strikes. Justin. It's nice to have I think nothing wrong with a kid catcher that you got, because he's going to be your catcher in the future. But this guy's been around hard. He had a big night against Cleveland, in Cleveland. And nice to have him handle a guy like Paulie, who has a tendency to start from time to time. Great slider right there. Down he goes. Great location. So 1-2-3 the story here in the second. We go to the bottom of the second, and it's 1-0 Cleveland. Moving into the bottom half of the second, it's my birthday. It's a double 7-7 day. I gotta have some rally fries. 77, yeah. That will do it. That will build your thighs. Here's Casey Kochman to lead it off now for the Mariners, sending a line drive into center field for a base hit. Right on the first pitch thrown by Mitch Talbot. Casey with a little bit of a string going now. That's his 5th consecutive game in which he has hit. There's Josh Bard, who had the big day in Cleveland on his daughter's 4th birthday. A grand slam home run. Off the hands, a little one hopper to second, and the throw back to first, ball dropped by Laporta. They had beaten it out anyway.
Take a look at it. Second baseman double clutch over to the shortstop. Good throw by Cabrera. Laporta just missed it. I think they may have had him.
Like Dick Stewart over there at first base, Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, looked like he had his eyes closed when the ball was just about there.
You don't remember him, do you?
I don't.
He was infamous for that type of a play.
Really?
And had great power, too. Great power. Played with the Pittsburgh Pirates for several years.
Good enough home runs, you can miss a few of those games.
That's right. Pay much attention to your defense if you can hit it out of the park. 1-1 to count on Michael Saunders playing center field. Franklin Gutierrez reported to the clubhouse feeling a little bit under the weather today, but I think that probably he could pinch hit if need be later in the game.
Probably not good for a day off anyway.
Exactly.
Saunders play center field earlier this year. Did a nice job. Played out there for a couple of days.
And strike 3 called to Michael Saunders. Dan, why do they always erase the catcher's area lines?
You know, it's a lot of the hitters don't like that back line being in there because they like to get as far back in the box as they can. But catchers, I just didn't like having a bunch of chalk around there. Got a little messy from time to time. You're trying to block balls. But
did you rake it out of there at the start of the game?
I did.
I know you did.
You weren't superstitious about it at all?
No.
Matt Tuiasosopo takes a strike. Tui is the last right-handed hitter to hit a home run for the Mariners. That was way back on the 18th of August in Cleveland. It's to me like Mr. Lungy's got a fairly liberal strike zone tonight.
He usually does. Talbot so far, 20 pitches, 17 of them for strikes, since he's topping out at 92 miles an hour.
And that's down low. We understand that he has the highest percentage of strike calls in the league, 65.5% of the time he calls strikes. The highest in the league. Highest in baseball. That's an easy two-hopper. And they get the force at second base on Josh Bard. So here in the second, no runs, 1 hit. And a man left and 1-0 Tribe after 2. All right, Angie, as we go into the third inning of play, the Tribe catcher Lou Marson will take a first pitch strike. 1-1 the count. Dan Wilson is here. Mike Blowers is here on this cool evening. It is fleece blanket night. And everybody coming out here. I think about the first 20,000 fans, I believe, are getting those very handsome Mariner fleece blankets, which are being put into use tonight. daughter there. 1-2 the count on Lou Marson. Pretty good looking blanket, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty handy tonight.
That barely missed outside. That's slicing, but it's going to be into the gap and go all the way out there to the warning track. It'll be picked up by Saunders. And Lou Marson will lead off the third inning with a double here. So, one down. I'd rather one on, nobody down. Our trivia question: when was the first baseball movie released? First baseball movie released. 1898, 1908, 1918, 1928. What was the first baseball movie?
Did they have movies in 1898?
That's what I'm wondering. And there's a bunt back to the mound. And it'll be picked up. Got to hurry and throw. And it's not in time. That'll be a base hit for Michael Brantley.
Ball right out in front of home plate. Just kind of died when it got to the grass. Brantley runs well. Paulie had to rush his throw. Pulls Kochman off the bag, but it looked like Brantley was going to beat it out anyways.
A lot of times early in the game, below that area out in front of home plate, still a little damp, and they can really deaden the ball pretty well. It looks like that's what happened. Usually when it comes right back to the pitcher, it's rather quick, but Brantley doing a nice job of making of deadening that ball and just using his speed.
And a hard ground ball, base hit into right field by Cabrera. He's going to pick up a run. So 3 consecutive hits. And it is 2-0 Tribe. As Cabrera checks in with his 23rd RBI.
Cabrera being aggressive, jumps on the first pitch, a 2-seamer. Started inside on the inside corner and ran right in the middle of the plate. You see Casey coming off the bag as he's holding Brantley on, can't get to it. Fortunately, Brantley had to wait for the ball to go by, otherwise he'd be standing at third right now with his speed.
So here's Chu now, who walked on 4 pitches and came around to score in the first inning. First baseball movie released 1898, 08, 18, 20. Trying to figure out the evil mind of the man that did this. And I think I can.
You can do it? That's scary.
Why would he put in 1898? That wasn't the answer. I mean, it would seem so apparent that it is not the answer. And a hard ground ball, base hit into right field. And around third base, coming in to score is Michael Brantley. And all of a sudden, the Tribe hitting David Paulie very hard. 4 consecutive hits. And it's 3-0 Cleveland. And Travis Hafner will be the hitter. And Mr. Willis, Carl Willis, is going to run out to the mound.
And I'm not sure if he's trying. I haven't been watching Bard to see where he's setting up. And maybe you noticed, Dan, but I'm not sure if he's trying to go inside, just can't get it in there. But they're pulling the ball on him in this inning and hitting it hard into right field because those pitches are ending up in the middle of the plate.
Yeah, I think the one time he was trying to go away and he ended up more in the middle of the plate. But the left-handed hitters are really using that hole very effectively right now. And they're going to have to switch the game plan up a little bit. And like you said, they've got to start going in a little bit to prevent these guys from turning on that ball. Or when they go away with the sinker, they got to get it out there a little bit further. And right now they're just sitting on that ball middle of the plate and just doing what lefties do, taking that nice natural down middle swing and just driving it through the hole.
Hafner had the base hit into right field to drive in the first run in the first inning. And that is a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Speaking of baseball, what's your favorite baseball movie? You guys?
Field of Dreams.
That's mine. Mine too. Why didn't they ask that for the trivia question?
that father and son catch thing gets me.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. A lot of people say Major League, which is I like it because Bob Uecker's in it.
Yeah.
About the Cleveland Indians and the Natural and Bull Durham. And that is down low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
I'm going to go with 1918.
I'm going to go with D28.
That's going to be bad if we didn't get it right. One of us, anyways.
And that's a strike over the outside corner, 1 and 2. He's not going to slip a changeup on me. I'm going to go 1898.
Okay. You sure that maybe he wasn't thinking that you were going to figure that out and think that way and then switch it up?
I don't know. I have no idea what the movie was. But they were making movies back before the turn of the century. The runner from first goes, and it's line to second. Easy double play here. 4-3. So Hafner lines into a 4-3 double play with Shin-Soo Choo gone. He had no shot to get back.
Yeah, he was running on the pitch, and it's a line drive right at Biggins. So a nice break for Paulie. Ball hit hard again onto the right side from the left-handed hitter. But fortunately, that one right at Biggins.
Jason Nix caught looking on strikes his first at bat. No. My very first ball.
That makes it tough, doesn't it?
Oh, man, doesn't make it tough for me. Give it to her. The delivery's down low and outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Talking about Runge's strike zone, looks like he's tightened things up on Paulie. A couple of pitches that look like they were on the outside corner. He hasn't given them the call.
3-1. And that's low inside. Pitch inning so far for David Paulie, and here's Laporta.
You mentioned the umpire zone, Mike. A lot of times I would give an umpire the benefit of the doubt first couple innings, let him get adjusted, let him get into the game and the flow of the game a little bit. The first 2 innings went by so fast that I don't think Runge had a chance to get his zone zeroed in, and now we're starting to see him, like you mentioned, close it up a little bit, and that's tough. I mean, again, as a pitcher and a catcher, you're sort of relying on what you've seen in the first 2 innings, and then he tightens it up, and we get some base runners and some action.
One of the more interesting things that I ever heard a pitcher say about that was somebody that you caught a lot, and that was Jamie Moyer. I talked to Jamie in a game, and it was, I can't even remember now. Might have been in 90, I think it was in 99. And the first couple innings didn't go particularly well for him, throwing a lot of pitches. And I asked Jamie, I said, well, if he's not giving you that pitch off the plate, why do you keep throwing it there? Why don't you throw some pitches on the plate? He said, because I can't get away with it on the plate. Right. He's going to have to come to me if I'm going to survive this game. And eventually it turned around that way. He consistently was hitting Danny on that pitch just off the corner and eventually started getting it. He refused to give in to that. because he knew he couldn't get away with it. You know, Jamie's out there throwing, what, 84 at the time, 85.
One and two, and still is.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, he wouldn't give in to hitters. He wouldn't give in to umpires. And I actually would have umpires from time to time on pitches that were close, and I'd ask them in the first, second, third inning, hey, where'd you have that one? And they would kind of give me the cold shoulder. Hey, look, let me get into the game a little bit. That might be different down the line, but let me get into the game a bit.
Right.
Laporta went around, and he's down on strike. So a stressful inning here, indeed, for David Pauly, as he gives up a couple of runs. And as we go to the bottom half of the third, it's now 3-0 Cleveland. And welcome back to Safeco Field as Josh Wilson has just taken his strike. We are underway with a 3-0 deficit staring the Mariners in the face here in the third. And the delivery outside, so the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh Wilson, and then Ichiro, and then Sean Pickens. Well, pretty nice crowd here on Fleece Blanket Night. Towering high pop-up. And it's going to be Chu to make the easy catch out there. All right, let's give you the answer to our trivia question. When was the first baseball movie released? 46% of you said 1918. Oh, ye of little faith. Only 7% of you said 1898. And it was 1898. A documentary called The Ball Game, produced by the Edison Manufacturing Company. 1898. Ichiro calls time and steps away. If these names mean anything to you, we've got a couple of names, a little bit of information about the ball game. Scoops Carey played first base. Don't know who Scoops was. Zane Grey, do know him, the author, and Scott Stratton also appeared in that movie. And as Ichiro lines his foul down the left field line, the footage was shot during a game between the Reading Phillies and the Newark Bears. Interesting historical note right there. And a quick throw to first base. Cabrera has got Ichiro.
Well, I must say, Dave, that is impressive that you got it.
Yeah,
but you realize now that they got you set up for the next one.
Oh, yeah. I know.
It's a mind game every time up there. Scoops Carey.
Scoops Carey.
Played first base.
Sean Figgins takes a strike.
Nothing, Dan? Scoops, Gary?
I got nothing on Scoops. My guess is he could pick it.
My guess is your guess is right.
Either a good reporter or he could pick it at first. The Scoops.
Or he worked in an ice cream shop.
I'm up for that one.
1 and 2. Or in a barn. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss at a change, and down on strikes is Sean Figgins. So here in the third, a quick 1-2-3 story for the Mariners. And it's 3-0 Cleveland after 3.
By Wendy's, you know when it's real. And by Widmer Brothers, Ordinary Brothers, Extraordinary Beers. Dave Sims joining in with Dan Wilson and Mike Flowers, 3-0 Indians. A couple of guys who toiled in the minor leagues battling each other, Talbot and David Pauly. And right now, Mariner offense, not much happening right now.
No, and the Indians have certainly taken advantage of that first base hole. They've punched it through, a couple through there, and scored a couple runs. But you're right, the Mariner offense has been very silent.
Crow is thrown out 4-3, and Mike, they got to find something going. What's Talbot doing? Anything particular that he's doing that's really stifling the Mariners?
Well, I think the biggest difference is when we saw him in Cleveland, the Mariners were able to get to him. He was behind in counts. He's not an overpowering guy, and he was having to serve up some pitches in the middle of the plate. Mariners took advantage of that. That hasn't been the case tonight. He's working off the edges of the plate, getting some calls and keeping the ball down. So, yeah, although the guys have just seen him, it's location again for him, which is typical. You see this bunt go down.
Lopez bare hand, safe. Nice play, Jason Donald dropping down a bunt for base hit. It's one of the better bunts laid down that we've for base hit we've seen from a right-hander in the last couple of months.
He gets down the line in pretty good shape. Looks like Lopez was playing back a little bit on that and was able to get to the ball because it was bunted firmly. So Donald probably took a peek down there, saw him back, and went ahead and dropped it down.
6 hits for the Tribe. Fleece blanket night here at Safeco Field. Good crowd on hand. Third game of a 4-game set with the Cleveland Indians, their only visit here. Wrap it up tomorrow. Lou Marson, the catcher, double to right center field his first time. Came around and scored on the RBI by Cabrera. Pitch out, nothing doing.
You can see that coming. Steve Smith taking some extra time with the signs. Marson making sure he's getting the right signs. Looks like there's something going on, especially with the speed at first base.
And for us, having the camera on Marson when he turned around, he still looked confused, not sure if something was on, which typically means somebody missed a sign, and that probably something was on at one point, and there maybe Smitty took it back off, and Marson wasn't sure about it. But he looked like he didn't get it even the second time that he went through it.
It's not a comfortable feeling, is it?
No.
Ah! 2-1. Marson last night walked and fouled out to the catcher. Doing a good job throwing people out. Leads the American League 20 for 59. Throwing out base stealers. Runner goes. Lopez has the one play at first base. Two outs with a runner at second. Top of the order now, Michael Brantley. Brantley laid down a bunt. Third inning to lead things off. As he tried to put 2 runs on the board with 4 hits. First inning, Hafner with an RBI. And the Mariners with just 2 hits off of Mitch Talbot. Really 2 for 8 the first 2 games. Pretty good speed. Jason Donald at second, 2 down. Paulie trying to end a personal 2-game losing streak. He lost at Boston and lost here at home to the Angels. 2-1. No Franklin Gutierrez tonight. Fell ill before the ball game. He was in the original lineup. Darren Brown had to do some shuffling. Lopez was supposed to get a night off, but they put Lopez back in at third, and Saunders moved over to center field. Here's that hole again, Dan. They exploit that right side. Coming around is Donald. Here's a throw from Ichiro. Not in time. Taking second on the throw is Michael Brantley. And the Tribe now extended the lead to 4-0. RBI for Brantley, his 19th.
Ball goes through the hole again, Dave, like you mentioned. You can watch Bard at home plate here as he awaits Ichi's throw. A good strong throw from Ichi. And Bard doing a throw up the line just a hair, and that's a tough play for a catcher. He's got to get that ball all the way back around his body and get it to that corner of home plate. Josh doing all he can to get it around there, but that's a tough play.
Hey, the other thing too, you don't know what's coming in there too.
Yeah, that's the worst part about a throw from right field is your body's practically completely turned away from the runner, especially when they slide that far away from the line, and you just have no idea. All you can do as a catcher is grab the ball and take your mitt to the corner of the plate like Bard did, and it just was too late.
0-2 to Cabrera, who's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI. Four RBI singles to the right side tonight. After the first, Cabrera and Chu in the second, and here in the fourth, Brantley. That was in the third inning for Cabrera and Chu. 1-2 here. Took something off of that pitch. Wow, what a hop. Higgins stays with it. Throws out Cabrera. The Indians add another run on 2 hits and leave a man. It's 4-0 Cleveland. Imagine your child circling the bases at Safeco Field. Well, tomorrow you can do it after the Mariners-Indians game. All kids 14 and under, they're invited down to the field to run the bases thanks to Key Bank. It's the perfect photo opportunity. That's going to last a lifetime. Good seats still available. You can get yours today at Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Work to do for the Mariners, down 4-0. To Mitch Talbot. Talbot looking for his first win since June 27th at Cincinnati. Since that time, he's 0-5, 5-0 decision, 6.26 ERA. One of those losses was to the Mariners on August 14th. 1-2 to Brennan. A broken bat, base hit to right. Can't get much better than that, Dan.
No, that's a good pitch right there. And way out front.
12 for 12 first pitch strikes. Big shift on as per usual with Brennan. Good splits there.
It's a pretty high percentage, Dave.
Oh, 2 points. Time's called. Brennan.
Seems like early in the game, Runge was giving him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt on some of those. And that's starting to pay off now here as we get in the middle part of the game.
Moves the pitch away. Ball 2.
But you earn that umpire's trust. Middle part, late part of the game, you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt.
2-2 to Brennan.
Along those lines, Dan, I think with so many of those pitches on the corner, just off the corner, just on the plate, it's so fine that if you get a pitcher that can consistently throw it to a spot, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, because you're not going to get them all right, and it's so fine if the guy has that kind of command as Russell fouls that pitch off. But I think that you need to give them the benefit of the doubt if they can consistently throw it where your catcher's setting up.
Absolutely, and it goes back to what Jamie would do. He would just establish that he was going to be consistent there. And eventually, you and the umpire almost find yourself in a rhythm, like a pitcher and a catcher find yourself in a rhythm, and that right arm goes up more times than it doesn't.
3-2 to Brennan, way outside. He's aboard. Let's get the leadoff man on here. Bottom of the 4th inning. First walk by Talbot. That's a nice Mariners outfit for that youngster. attention too. Jose Lopez, right out to right. One.
You talk about first pitch strikes, Dave. You know, that first pitch is just so important. And when you can put a hitter in the hole after pitch one, it just plays for a completely different at-bat for the hitter.
Broken bat, slow roller. They get Brennan, and they get Lopez. The slow roller nets 2. First double play turned by the Tribe. Rally Fry time. They could use them.
They could use them, actually. The guy is struggling right now here early in the game. Mr. Niehaus made the call tonight. I think being cute definitely helps. First Mariners game. Come on out to another one.
Very cool. Casey Kochman, the hitter with 2 outs. First pitch swinging last time. Up in the second, he got a base hit to center. Find it real good, maintaining, I should say, a good rhythm. It's 2-2.
That's that good purpose pitch right there, Dave. In, off the plate, up in the strike zone. If he doesn't swing at it, at least you bumped him off the plate a bit. Now you can either go back in there or something soft away. You got to get that hitter to move his feet, and that's what Kochman had to do, and that's what sets it up.
Pulls it down to Donald. Talbot, thanks to the double play, faces the minimum here in the 4th. 4-0 Cleveland. Brought to you by the fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Quest. By Sterling Savings Bank, recipient of the 2010 J.D. Power and Associates Award. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. Here at Safeco Field, the top of the order on Fleece Blanket Night. Everybody's got a Cinderella outfit on and everything. Fleece Blanket Night brought a lot of fans out tonight. A little chilly, starting at 63 degrees this evening. Top of the order for the Tribe. First 4 men in the order all have an RBI. This is Shin Soo Choo. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. And on a 1-0 pitch in the third, single to right for a run. Higgins take care of it. Wow. Good to get Shue back in the dugout without having scored a run. Travis Hafner will swing the bat now. Hafner lined out to Figgins. Part of a double play in the third. A couple of men on. Runners at first and third. Shue broke on the pitch and easily doubled up the second out. Mariners thus far, they've been 2 hit by Mitch Talbot. Quick one to Travis Hafner. Mariners through 4 have not had a runner to second base. That's 1-2.
That right there is where he needs to be, down in the zone, Dave. A lot of those pitches he's been leaving up. Upper thighs around the belt area, and those are the pitches that are getting hit hard. That last pitch right there at the knees.
Right into Bard's glove, and Hafner's gone. That's a strikeout for David Pauly. 2 outs here in the 5th. Make sure you join us at Safeco Field when the Red Sox return for a big 3-game series beginning Monday, September 13th. Good seats still available to see each round the Mariners play host to David Ortiz, Big Papi, and the Red Sox. Lock in your seats today at mariners.com. Ball 1 to third baseman Jason Nix, who struck out looking and walked. Top of the order for the Cleveland Indians. They have 4 of the 7 hits. They've driven in all 4 runs. Here's Lopez backing up. Steady, throws and gets it. A 1-2-3 fifth for David Pauly. He's looking for some help offensively. The Mariners have not had a hit in the last 2 innings. They've not had a runner reach second base. See what happens when we come back to Safeco Field. Fifth here at Safeco Field. Mariners trying to get something going against Mitch Talbot, 27-year-old. He spent about 7 years in the minor leagues. Got his came up over to this Cleveland ball club last year in a trade for Kelly Shopik from Tampa. Originally drafted by the Astros, second round of the 02 draft. Went to Tampa in July 06. Became the AAA Pitcher of the Year for 2 years, 07 and 08. And this offseason came over from Tampa for catcher Kelly Shopik. Josh Bard reached on a fielder's choice in his first at bat. Two. 2 hits tonight for the Mariners. First inning, Brandon broken bat. Little bloop that fell in, beating the shift. And then Kochman with a hard single to center, leading off the second inning. That's it. Strike 3 call. Bard is gone.
And he's not happy about it. He's letting Runge know.
1 out. 4th strikeout.
See that last pitch clearly off the plate away.
Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the Thirst Innings. Check out the crowd in the Budweiser Thirst Inning, see who's enjoying the game. Saunders, is he going to get a base hit? He will. Shifting in a high gear, and they drop the ball. Nobody covering third. Now going down is Jason Donald. Good call. A 2-bagger when he hit it at 90, about 105 feet.
Well, they have to respect the fact that he can bunt, so the third baseman's playing in. He dumps it over his head. I knew with that ball jamming Saunders, it was going to spin on that area. And even if he comes up with it cleanly, it would have been a tough play for Nix to get Saunders with his speed. You can see him. He knows it all the way, too. Tough to get him. Let's have somebody in scoring position.
First runner to second today. So he has a Sopo, 0 for 1. All 1 to Tui. A while since Tui got a start. Got to go back to Sunday, August 29th. 0 for 3 in the 2-1 win over the Twins. Good speed with Saunders at second base. One wild. And another breaking ball fouled into the catcher's glove. 1 and 2.
See pitchers, and you mentioned him spending amount of time that Talbot had spent in the minor leagues and now in the big leagues. A lot of times they know young hitters with men in scoring position are anxious. They want to be aggressive, and that's why he's flipping a lot of breaking balls up there. Really out in front of him.
0-2 strikes. And the breaking ball, this one hit to the shortstop Cabrera, throws 2. Moving to third is Saunders. 2 down. If the Tacoma Rainiers can hold on to their division lead, they're going to be playing the first-round playoff game right here at Safeco Field. Game 3 of the opening playoff series set for Friday, September 10th, and if necessary, games 4 and 5 will be played here on the 11th and the 12th. Don't miss out on this unique event as the Mariners AAA stars play here at Safeco Field. For tickets, visit mariners.com/tickets. Josh Wilson, chance to pick up a run with 2 outs. Josh 0 for 1. Josh 1 for 3 last evening. enough of that play he made on the throw by Adam Moore as they threw out Trevor Crow trying to steal on the ninth. Short hop. It was picked nicely by Josh and applied the tag. First out. 1-0 win last inning by the Mariners. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Play Josh straight away. Sometimes you can look at where the defense is positioned. That'll give you a good idea as a hitter of how they're going to pitch you. But Indians straight up with Josh.
Fly ball center field. Brantley has a track. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They get a runner to third and no farther. Through 5, it's 4-0 Indians. Here we are in the 6th. Matt Laporta, Trevor Crow, and Jason Donald against David Pauly. Strike 1 on the mat. 0 for 2. Pauly gave up a run in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. He touched up for 7 hits. Mariners not generating much offense. No runs, 3 hits. To Laporta.
Talking earlier before the game about Luke French and the job that he did last night. You know, that time of the year, Dave, where these guys are playing and pitching for jobs, and Pauly certainly fits the bill for that too.
Luke French's last 2 outings, giving up 1 earned run. That's a 0.64 ERA. 4 wins. French. Pitch misses. His 4 wins. He's got an ERA of 0.61.
Yeah, and, you know, it's nice to see that he was in AAA this year, had a nice year in AAA, made the All-Star team, and then he's able to bring that back up to this level after being up and down a few times.
Long drive, deep left. Here's Mariners calendar. It's being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. The temperature is going to get a little chilly when we get to Oakland. It'll be warm in Southern California, taking on the Angels. Then back here in the middle of the month, Boston and Texas come to town. Good. Using the blanket very effectively so far. Fleece blanket night here at the ballpark. High ball to right field, going back Ichiro. He's there. That's the catch. Let's check in with Angie Mente. I love college football, but I hate some of these matchups at the beginning. I know they're paydays, but give me a break. 72-0. Jeez. Oh, it's a Mountain West team that was taken out. My goodness, 72. Trevor Crow strikeout looking, ground out to second. Indians have laid down a couple of bunts. Brantley in the third. Jason Donald dropped down a bunt. Saw Lopez playing back. Put down a beautiful job. Higgins will get some more work. 2 outs. Pauly. 6 in a row he's retired. Bad news, he's on the short end of a 4-0 score. Here's second baseman Jason Donald batting in the 8-hole. 1 for 2 with the aforementioned bunt. Tomorrow's a Felix Day. Felix Hernandez on the mound for the Mariners against Jenmar Gomez. Felix at 10-10, a 2.38 ERA. See him rack up wins in his remaining starts. Strengthen his case to get that Cy Young Award in the American League. Currently second in earned runs with a 2.38 ERA. Second to Wade Buchholz of the Red Sox. Also first in games started, third in complete games.
Leading in strikeouts.
Strikeouts, innings pitched, road ERA, night ERA.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. So that ends the string of consecutive hitters retired at 6 for Pauly. Walk his third. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Dan Wilson will be back shortly. Good to have you with us here at Safeco Field. It's not been an offensive night for the Mariners. They have no runs on 3 hits. Cleveland, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 3rd. 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th here for this 4-0 lead. On to Lou Marcy. Chris Seddon. Starting to heat up. Pitching coach Carl Willis, a former Cleveland Indian pitching coach. And hopefully CC Sabathia win Cy Young Awards. Figgins throws out Marcy. So no harm done in the 6th. Top of the order coming up. Ichiro, Figgins, and Brandon in this 4-0 Cleveland lead. For the Mariners, Ichiro, Figgins, and Brandon against Mitch Talbot. Giving up no runs on 3 hits, struck out 4, walked 1. Up high to Ichiro, who struck out, grounded out to shortstop. Take a look at our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. How about Ichiro? Willie Wilson and Willie Randolph next in his pursuit. On schedule right now to hit about 206 base hits. And there's another one right here at number 175, coming on a 2-0 pitch here in the 6th.
Looks like this last pitch, 2-0 pitch, jams him a little bit, hits a soft line drive into the outfield.
If the Mariners can get something going, it's just their 4th hit. None have been bunched up. Third baseman Nick's in close. Figgins, who looks to strike. He struck out his last time, grounded out the 2nd. Gets it by the third baseman, Nix. Ichiro will hold at 2nd.
The advantage of being able to bunt, having some speed, you can bring the third baseman up close. See, up on the grass and hits it by him, so he gets a glove on it. Really cuts down the range and reaction time to the third baseman. You can get him in on the grass like that.
The Stadium Mariners have got multiple hits. Let's see if Russell Brandon can do something big. 25,108 here at Fleece Blanket Night. Put the shift on against Brandon.
right shift. But unusual. Third baseman, you see him standing over there. Normally he'd be over the shortstop, but he has to stay there close in case Ichiro decides to steal. He's able to cover the bag, so he's not able to play over in the shortstop spot like he normally would.
Back to the strike, 1-1. Talbot ready with the 1-1. Outside corner, all of 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch for him. A short slider, backdooring it to the left-handed hitter. 68 pitches for him so far. Has not had a stressful inning up until this point.
1-2 to Brandon. Good speed on the base path. Talbot out of Cedar City, Utah. Lost 5 games since his last win, along with 5 no decision. 1-2 here to Brandon. 2-2. Two to Brandon, a couple of men on. 4-0 Indians. Full count.
It's a big pitch in the ballgame for the Mariners. We were talking earlier today, they struggled to score runs, and you have Russell Brandon at the plate. He's the one guy that can kick a field goal for you. You have a couple runners on, get you right back in the game with the swing. So hopefully he can get a good fastball in the middle of the plate somewhere and drive it out of the ballpark, get the Mariners right back in this.
Him out. Strike out number 5. 1 out here in the 6th. A couple of men on for Jose Lopez. Hey, it's always going to be one of the most exciting nights of the year. You're going to want to be in attendance for Fan Appreciation Night, Friday, October 1st. Several prizes will be given away each inning, including autographed baseballs, $1,000 worth of Arco gas, MP3 players, and more. Make sure you come out and join us as we salute you for your season-long support. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. Lopez to center field. Backing up Brantley. Ichiro will tag. Brantley makes the catch. Ichiro will get the third easily. 2 down. Koch, 2 outs. See if he can come up ahead to get at least a run in here in the 6th. Mariners have not been scoring. They haven't scored more than 3 runs since August 21st. They got 5 in that game. That was a 9-5 loss at Yankee Stadium. Since then, their scoring totals 0, 3, 3, 4. Check that was 4 was the most numbers. The most they've had since then. 4, 3, 0, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1. Theme?
Struggle. It's been a struggle. Been the way all year. 2 runs or less in 60 of their games so far this year.
One adjective I would use would be staggering. How bad that's been. Katzman got a base hit to lead off the 2nd. Shot 1 up the middle. It's 1 for 2. He grounded out to second base. only once since August 21st, more than 3 runs. Family did score 4-2 win. Game 2 of the day-night doubleheader in Boston on the 25th of August. Like Alonzo Fowler said, hey, the guys are still putting in their work. Still get good enthusiasm, but boy, meager results to show. 2-0 to Kochman. Manny Acta, skipper for the Cleveland Indians. Going under a wedge. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kochman.
Casey had a couple of good fastballs to hit. He's ahead 2-0. Aggressive swing on the 2-0 pitch with the fastball up and in the middle of the plate. Fouls it back, and then he gets one on the corner, fouls that pitch off, and now you're in tough shape. You're in really battle. One way to come up with a base hit.
Two and two with 2 on. Runner goes. Hit down the line, foul. Do it again at 2 and 2. Ichiro the base hit. Fagan shoots one down the line. Since then, Brandon struck out, a fly out by Lopez. That's been 2 and 2. Taking his time, Talbot. 2 and 2. Looper going back. Cabrera, that'll do it for the Mariners in the 6th. Get the first 2 men on. Nothing happens after that. 4-0 Cleveland.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Budweiser with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. And by Money Tree. Apply for a Money Tree payday loan at MoneyTreeInc.com and take out a loan without leaving your house. That's MoneyTreeInc.com. Pleasant night here at Safeco Field. Mariner baseball on the air, 4-0 Cleveland, third game of a 4-game set. David Pauly's night is done, 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts and 91 pitches. Chris Seddon takes over.
It's only 14 and a third innings for him. 11 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's given up 4 home runs.
Chris Seddon's first appearance since August 22nd at Yankee Stadium. Top of the order, Michael Brantley. 0-2. Seddon on that Sunday, August 22nd outing at Yankee Stadium, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs all earned. Five strikes thrown by Pauly in his 91 pitch performance. 1-2 to Brantley. Struck him out. So 1 out here, racked up by Chris Seddon. Bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera 1 for 3 with an RBI. Switch hitter, turns around and swing from the right hand side. Cabrera pretty even with his numbers overall, 277 right-handed, 275 and 278 left-handed. Pretty consistent. Top 4 men in the order have really done the damage tonight for Cleveland. Brantley, Cabrera, Chu, and Hafner driven in all 4 runs. Run up RBI apiece. Fly ball straight away, right field for Ichiro.
You mentioned those top guys, Dave. It appeared at least early in the ball game, Pauly had a little trouble finding just the sink on that sinker, and the changeup was kind of carrying it with him across home plate. And those guys were just there to hit the ball hard on the ground into the hole, and just it took advantage of not necessarily mistakes, but balls that didn't get to the outside part of the plate.
Joined by Dan Wilson right now. 2 outs. Here's Chu. What a dangerous hitter. Hey, when you're traveling outside the Northwest this season, take the Mariners with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. See every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. It pitched around Chu in the first inning. He stole a base and scored. Second time up, 1-0 pitch, he singled in a run. And he was ahead in the count his third time up and grounded out to second base. 2-1. Went down with knee, change up, and Seddon and a good one.
Good changeup down and in. That ball most of the time is a fastball coming in there, and when it's off speed like that, it really can mess a hitter up.
He's run a full count to a dangerous hitter, Shin-Soo Choo, from a good year. That's a fair ball by Taxman. Extra bases. This kid can run. Got the play in front of him. Ichiro retrieves. He'll hold it second with a double.
I tell you what, Dave, this guy can hurt you to all fields. We saw the homer to left the other night. Now he's just hitting the ball down the line, just kind of rolls over it. Another ground ball down on that side of the field and past a diving Kochman.
28th double. team leader. Closest pursuers Hafner with 23. Also keep in mind, this kid can play some outfield. He leads the American League, Chu does, with 12 outfield assists. We saw one at Cleveland last time we were there in the middle of August. Here's Hafner, 1 for 3 for an RBI. Strong as this guy is, you sure as heck do not want to leave a changeup or anything up over the plate.
No, this guy's got legitimate power. Guy you want to make sure you're going to hit your location on, especially when you have first base open here. You can run the ball upstairs with a fastball, though. He likes to swing through that pitch up top.
Now it's 2-0. Gets into one, deep right field, going back Ichiro near the 385, and he runs it down. Nice job by Ichiro. Seton keeps Hafner in the ballpark. Chu with the double is left stranded, 4-0 Indians. Power and Associates Award. Dave Sims and Dan Wilson here on Fleece Blanket Night. Fans seem to be enjoying their blankets this evening. Nice night here at the ballpark. Mariners, though, struggling offensively. Down 4-0. Had one multiple hit inning. It was the 6th when Ichiro and Figgins got aboard. But then a strikeout, a fly out, and a pop-up ended that threat. Here's Josh Bard to lead it off, followed by Saunders and Tuiasu Sopo, 6, 7, and 8. Mitch Talbot pitched a heck of a ball game. And now Manny Acta going to his bullpen. Bullpen up and going, and Talbot continues. Got a 5-hitter going here.
You look at Talbot's stuff, Dave. Nothing overpowering or overly exciting, but his location tonight has been outstanding and kept the ball away and on the corners and gotten some calls from Brian Runge back there and put together a nice evening so far.
So Rafael Perez warming up. Yeah, this kid's throwing a very nice ball game. 2-1 to Josh Bard. Foul ball. Some of Talbot's accomplishments tonight. He's done a great job throwing first pitch strikes as well. And Bard caught looking for the second consecutive at bat. Good strikeout number 6. Take a look at the Quest High Speed pitch brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. The starters Talbot at 94. David Pauly, who threw for 6 innings, at 90. Here's Michael Saunders. He got jammed. Little blooper over the third baseman was playing in. He got a 2-base hit out. Sent it down the third base line. Changeup got him 0-2. Working him inside. Last time this young man won a ball game, June 27th at Cincinnati. Lost 5 and had 5 no decisions since then. Nice play by the first baseman Laporta, covering his Talbot. 2 down.
Nice play by the first baseman. Dives, comes up with it. Talbot alertly off the bat was breaking over there and was ready for the toss at first base. Nice defensive play down there at first.
2 outs here in the home 7th. Now bring up Matt Tuiasosopo. He's 0 for 2. Tui in left field this evening. Totally different kid from what we saw on August 14th. Talbot, 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned against the Mariners. Got off of Lou Marson, the catcher.
Dave Saunders gets into that diving play at first. That's why it's the batting average, because you get the fisted double earlier in the game and
good point.
Averages out.
Chopper. Cabrera goes out. No, he doesn't. Not dug out by Laporta, and half the team in the dugout. Laporta can't come up with the low throw.
Nice play by Cabrera. Laporta missed a double play ball earlier in the game, and this looks like one that he should probably come up with. Ends up going off the end of his glove.
Base hit, so he'll take it. 5th hit for the Mariners, so they're still alive here in the 7th. There's Josh Wilson, the shortstop. He's batting out of the 9-hole. Manny Acta, very, very young team, and he was talking about, hey, it's all about patience. He had the same thing when he was over in Washington with the Nationals. Big turnover on this Cleveland ball club. Talbot's been in charge tonight. He is in the 7th. About to throw pitch number 94. 6 strikeouts. He's walked 1.
Hit him.
Oh, it did get him. Did get him. Ryan Rodgers says take your base. And he turns that shoulder, get a little sleeve, got the sleeve. So that'll do it. Manny Acta coming out to get Talbot. Rafael Perez will take over. Cleveland up 4-0. takes over. A Geico quote. Well, we'll just let Mitch Talbot's actions speak for themselves. This young man on top of his game this evening. He struck out 6 Mariners, walked 1, and held the ball club to 5 hits tonight.
But Dave, I think the big thing was he attacked the strike zone, especially early in the ball game, and early in the count, late in the count, he was just all over the strike zone, and he wasn't in the middle of the plate. Found the corners and just gave our Mariner hitters a tough night at the dish.
Look at his number, 6 2/3. Only gave up 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 94 pitches, 64 of them for strikes. And I think too, Dan, early in the game, liberal on the outside corner, and I think a smart pitcher would stay out there, and that's what he was able to do. And although Runge tightened that up a little bit on him, the outer part of that plate or just off of it was there for him. He took advantage of it.
Absolutely, and just never gave anything for the Mariners to hit hard, and a lot of balls hit weakly off the end of the bat. And you're right, he took advantage of that outside corner, made the Mariners hit his pitch.
6 1/3 as you look at Rafael Perez taking over. 2 on for the Mariners. Ichiro is going to be the hitter. 6 1/3 by Talbot, his longest stint since scoring 7 back on June 27th at Cincinnati. That was the date of his last win. Perez against Ichiro. Ichiro's 0 for 6 against him. Two outs at E6, and a hit batter had the Mariners a couple of men on. Change that hit to an error. Shortstop Cabrera, his 9th. Center field coming on. That's made dinky, and it does. Coming around to score, Tuiasa Sopo. The Mariners are on the board. Tui scores, going to third. Josh Wilson, RBI for Ichiro. His 35th and his 2nd consecutive hit, a 2-hit night.
Sometimes hitting the ball hard, Dave, and sometimes it's hitting them where they're not. And Ichiro just found that spot out there where they weren't and was able to drop one in there and get the RBI.
Where you can really take advantage of there being 2 outs in the situation, because Tui doesn't have to wait to see if it's going to be caught, dropped, or whatever. He just takes off. Because of that, he was able to score. Probably there was nobody out or 1 out. You're going station to station on that, so the Mariners catch a break, get a nice 2-out base hit.
So Figgins at the plate. He represents a tying run. His only home run hit right-handed at Chicago. Strike 1. Ichiro breaks an 0 for 6 against Perez with a big RBI single. Figgins is 0 for 5 against Perez. Figgy with an infield hit his last time up. Bounces one to the third baseman, Nix, who throws to Donald for the force out. That'll do it for the Mariners. They pick up a run to roll the board. It's 4-1 Cleveland. He's had a nice year. Turned 40 a couple of weeks ago, and the Twins were here. Thanks, Angie. 4-1, top of the 8th inning. Jason Nix, the third baseman, Matt Laporta, the first baseman, and left fielder Trevor Crow against Chris Seddon in his second inning of work. One pitch. Mitch Talbot, 94 pitches, 64 strikes, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. The run he gave up was unearned. 2-2 now. Jason Nix.
Good changeup there, Dave. Had the hitters count 2-1 and threw a nice changeup on the outside corner, and Nick's looking heater swung right through it.
2-2. Cleveland did all its damage in the first part of the ball game. A run in the first, a Hafner RBI single. Third inning. Back-to-back RBI singles to right by Cabrera and Chu. And Brantley in the fourth, an RBI single to right. All 4 of those RBI singles went to the right side against starter David Pollard. Pitching. Held Cleveland to 1 hit over the last 3 innings. 3-2. Victory call. Nix thought he had a free pass. So Chris Seddon with his second strikeout tonight. Ride and save on Sound Transit Sounder Train. For more information on schedules and routes, visit soundtransit.org. We're going to bring up Matt Laporta. 0 for 3. Michael Saunders starting in center field for the first time in Safeco Field, his 5th game overall here this season. And he has not been called on to make any plays in terms of catching the baseball. Franklin Gutierrez, who took ill before the game. Aaron Brown had to shuffle his lineup a little bit. Two. Swing, foul tip into Bard's glove. Back-to-back strikeouts for Seddon. Got 3 on the evening, 2 outs in the 8th. Hey kids, make sure you're in attendance Sunday, October 3rd. It'll be here before you know it. Kids Appreciation Day. Mariners and the A's wrap up this 2010 season. They're going to be prizes galore just for the youngsters, including a karaoke machine, an electric guitar, autographed memorabilia, and more. Plus, all kids take home a Moose poster. Thanks to Ivers and Kid Valley. For tickets, you know where to go. Visit mariners.com. Trevor Crow, he's over 3 this evening.
He's the same make and model your entire career?
No, I switched up. I needed a bigger barrel when I got older because I needed all the help I could get. I went from a C271 barrel to a 243 barrel when I got a little bit older.
Did you ever just grab somebody else's bat out of the rack and go up there and hit?
No, because I was afraid I was going to break it.
Yeah, that's a good thought. As Crow pops out to Figgins on a broken bat pitch. Nice job by Seddon in his 2 innings with 3 strikeouts. 4-1 Cleveland. Coors Light Breeze Cam, some snapshots from here at Safeco Field on a Saturday night, 4-1. It's been all Cleveland tonight. Got their runs early. Mitch Talbot has made it stand up. As Perez now continues inning number 2. Branyan swing and a miss. Russell tonight, a bloop base hit, beat the shift, a walk and a strikeout. There's a drive deep right, not coming back. Way gone, outbound by Russell Branyan. When he hits him, there's no doubt about it. That's his 22nd on the season, 12th since coming back here to the Mariners. And it's now a 4-2 Cleveland lead. Shift wasn't going to stop that one. Nice poke there by Russell Branyan.
Belt tie right in the middle of the plate.
Nothing like that sound when you hit it right. Turns one around on the left hand. Jose Lopez is 0 for 3. Line drive home run. It's a 5th home run he's hit against the left-hander since returning to the Mariners. Check that, his 3rd and 5th on the season. Beg your pardon. Good work. High chopper coming in, new third baseman Marte, no play at all. Lopez not the fastest runner, probably wouldn't have gotten him anyway. Marte, second hitter of the inning. Ball finds him. He just came into the ball game to replace Jason Nix.
I think he would have been better off trying to use his glove on that play. It's just too tough a play to try to get that ball when it's going to bounce. The ball's spinning typically when you bounce it off the plate like that, and try to come up with it cleanly in a bare hand and get rid of it. Here, I don't think you have any chance at all.
Tying run to the plate again for the Mariners. Catchman 1-0. Tony Sipp, tough left-hander, preparing to enter tonight's ball game. Tuno. Catchman a single to center, ground out, pop up.
Let's visit here, Dave, partly to talk to Perez, but partly to give Sipp some time in the bullpen to get cranked up and get loose and get his tosses in so that he's ready to go. Sometimes that'll come in from the bench and they'll give you the go talk to him sign.
What do you say?
Hey, just talk to him about anything. You know, really you're just trying to buy time and get him to settle it down.
Oh, struck by Kochman. Base hit. Jumped on a 2-0 pitch. The Mariners now bring the lead run to the plate in the person of Josh Bard.
We'll get a pinch runner for Kochman. It'll be Ryan Langerhans. This is now the tying run. So they'll go pinch run for Kochman as Manny Acto come out and make a change.
So the Mariners brewing something here. They're going to bring in a tough hitter, a tough pitcher rather, Tony Sipp, left-hander. When we come back, 4-2 Indians. Mariners All Access brings you the latest happenings on the home team with exclusive interviews, player profiles, and the memorable highlights you won't find anywhere else. Catch an all-new episode Monday at 5 p.m. here on FSN and FSN HD. Here's a reminder, the special Metro to the Mariners continues, so check out the bus service for your next trip to Safeco Field. Visit the Metro website for complete information on Ride Metro to the Mariners. And Tony Sipp is our Northwest Dodge dealer's call to the bullpen. Yeah, it's been tough over the years on the Mariners. It's 2 scoreless innings on Thursday night. Cleveland won that ball game 6-3.
He has good arm. His fastball will be 94 miles an hour in the 53 innings that he's pitched. 57 strikeouts. Good slider. Makes him tough on left-handed hitters. Josh Bard, switch hitter, will turn around to the right side, and the left-hand hitting Saunders on deck.
So Ryan Langerhans, he is pinch running for Casey Kotchman. He'll stay on and play at first base. Langerhans running for Kotchman. Kotchman did a good job. Got ahead in the count 2-0 and singled to right. Inning started with a no doubt about her home run by Russell Brennan on an 0-1 pitch to right field, a missile. Chopper by Lopez, he reached. And then the base hit by Kotchman. So now the lead run at the plate. Mariners had the tying run at the plate in the person of Figgins with 2 outs in the 7th. Bard has struck out looking his last 2 times up and reached on a fielder's choice.
The question is whether the Mariners bunt here or not. You know, the rule is you play for the win on the road, you play for a tie at home. Opportunity to get 2 guys in scoring position and set up a base hit to tie the game. See what they do.
What's your call if you were the MGR here?
We got Saunders on deck. You got lefty on deck, and so you got to think about that a little bit. And
I think the other thing too is Bard doesn't run well. Lopez, average runner at second base. So if he's going to bunt, he's going to have to lay down a good one. Marte is way in at third. They're expecting him to bunt. But I think it really comes down to the matchup, Sipp against Saunders, if you're managing this one, how you feel about Saunders' chances against Tony Sipp.
Bard's first look at Tony Sipp.
That's a typical move by a pitcher in this situation, trying to see if Bard is going to tip, whether he's going to bunt or not. I didn't see Josh do anything. Dan, I don't know if you noticed anything, but it didn't look like he gave anything away if he's going to bunt.
He didn't do anything that I saw, but
goes bunt. Nothing there to out in the second. Dug out nicely by Cabrera. Take a look at the Mariners in-game box score brought to you by Jack in the Box. Josh Bard trying to break an 0 for 3. Saunders and Tuiasa Soko. Down at the bottom, and Josh Wilson looking for a hit. Langerhans at first. You got Lopez at second. Bunt laid down. It's a good one. Larson throws out Bard. Josh Bard gets the job done. So 2 runners move up. They're in scoring position here for Saunders. It's Josh Bard laying down his second sacrifice of the season. Well done.
that's a good bunt by Bard right there. Not trying to bite, not trying to be too fine, just killing it out in front of home plate. And a vote of confidence for Saunders right here to get the job done.
Well, the Indians right now, they're going to play the middle of their infield back, so they'll give up at least 1 run. Saunders can put it in play up the middle.
This pitch from Sipp in there for strike. Saunders a .212 hitter against left-hand pitcher. 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. 0-for-1 against Tony Sipp. Lopez and Langerhans, the base runners, 0-1. Marston's going to have to speak with Sip.
Nice stop right there by Marston. His job this at bat for the rest of the inning, really knock that ball down. He can't let anything get by him, especially with one out here, because if one of those runners scores and then the other one moves over to third base with one out, it makes tying this game up a whole lot easier.
And with Tuiasosopo and Josh Wilson coming up after Saunders, they have the right-hander getting loose on the Indians' pen.
Great opportunity here for Saunders and the Mariners. The 1-1. Hold the string. All on 2 strikes. Chris Perez starting to throw. We saw him in that Thursday 6-3 win. Followed Sip in that ball game. 1-2.
See Sip right there, Blow, not making a mistake on the plate, making sure that ball got on the outside and even off the plate away. With the count in his favor, 1-2 there. 2-2 is a different story.
2-2 to Saunders. Came out, 2 down. Big strikeout for Sip.
Goes to another off-speed pitch, breaking ball down in the zone. Saunders was able to lay off a couple of them. That one starting in the zone and diving out, down, and on the outside corner. Just couldn't lay off of it.
Sip's done his job. Chris Perez will come in. Tuiasosopo needs to beat him. It's 4-2 Cleveland. Runners at second and third. That's Wilson's the on deck hitter. The man of the moment right now is Matt Tuiasosopo. He's 0 for 3 with a run scored. And he'll face Chris Perez.
Having a great year. ERA at a 1.99, 54 in the third, 52 strikeouts, 26 walks.
Strike one. Lopez at third. Langerhans at second. Inning started with Branyan roping a home run into the right field stands. Infield hit Lopez. Kotzman got a base hit. Bard sacrificed him over. Saunders struck out. Tui with a base hit can tie the score. But he's in an 0-2 hole.
Tough on right-handed hitters. First pitch 95 miles an hour, comes back with an 86 mile an hour slider.
Nice play by Marson to keep the ball in front of him.
Two outs, two on, 0-2 to Tuiasa Sopo. Way outside. Didn't get in the bite, 1-2. Ravens scored 4 runs in the first 4 innings. Kept off the board since then. Mariners pitching held them to 1. The window of opportunity's been there. 1-2 here to Tui. Strike 3 call. So goes the 8th. They get 1, leave 2 stranded, 4-2 Tribe. On the new FSN fan alerts, just text FSN 95323 to get updates on when you can watch your favorite team, stay informed on the biggest events in Northwest sports, and receive exclusive offers and giveaways. Text FSN to 95323 and sign up today. Boys, the opportunities have been there. They had a tying run to the plate in the 7th, lead run to the plate in the 8th.
Now you look at it. I have them 1 for 9 with men in scoring position tonight, Dave. So the opportunities have been there. They just haven't been able to cash them in.
Langer hands the new first baseman. Taking over for Kochman, pitcher after him in the 8th inning. Chris Seddon's done a nice job. This is his 3rd inning of work as we look at Jason Donald leading off here in the 9th. Seddon struck out 3, giving up 1 hit. Cleveland through the first 4 innings hit 4 runs on 7 hits. Since then, no runs, 1 hit. Cleveland relievers, specifically Sip and Chris Perez, really get the job done. Stifled the Mariners in the 8th. Kept them from tying and going ahead. Here's a pop-up. Langer hands has a shot. He's there. And makes the play. Denson Lewis warming up for Cleveland. He's got a record of 3-2 in 26 games. 4.05 ERA. 1 out to catcher Lou Marson. strike. Is there anything said on the bench, you know, when you get 2 opportunities like the Mariners had in the 7th and 8th innings? I mean, what can you say?
Not much.
Yeah. I mean, you get the tying run. I think he has first and second. What do you have? He had Ichiro and Wilson on board. So it was 4-1 at that time in the 7th. He hits into a force out, ends the inning. Brandon gives you a home run in the 8th. You get first and second. Go to second and third. And then after the bunt, then you get a couple strikeouts. Tough offensive performance. 2 runs on 9 hits for the Mariners. It's down to Josh Wilson. Nice play. Sit down.
The other part of it that makes it tough too is you get towards the end of the game and you get to this point in the season and everybody's aware of the issues offensively, and then you're sending up young kids. Tuiasa Sopo, he's going up there. Saunders is going up there, and you're getting their best relievers. Perez is a veteran in this league now with plus stuff. Sip the same way. It makes it difficult. These guys are just going to have to learn from the experiences they're going through, but it also makes it a little bit tougher than maybe a more veteran ball club as far as trying to beat those guys.
Brantley fly ball, left field out of play. Brantley tonight, 2 for 4. Runs scored and an RBI.
Yeah, you're right, Blow. It's kind of short-term versus long-term thinking. In the short term, it's going to sting a little bit, like you mentioned. These guys seeing some tough pitching. But in the long term, gaining some experience late in the game here. And against some of the guys, as their career goes on, they're going to have to start hitting some of that those nasty sliders and those heaters in. And you're right, they're getting a chance to see it now.
Ball found Langerhans a couple of times since he comes in to pick up Kochman. That'll do it in the 9th. To the home 9th we go. Down 2. Josh Wilson, Ichiro, and Figgins against Jensen Lewis. An all-new episode of Seahawks All Access. Hall of Famer Warren Moon's going to bring us the fallout from Seattle's preseason finale against Oakland. Plus, it's the best sideline sights and sounds from this year's exhibition campaign. That and more Monday night on FSN and FSN HD. Thank goodness next week, start of the NFL. No more of these preseason contests. Kids create some energy here in the ballpark. Mariners could use it. They're down 2. They've had opportunities in each of the last 2 innings, and Jensen Lewis pulled a fast one on us. He wasn't coming in. Chris Perez stays in. Chris Perez, tough right-hander. Came in to strike out Tuiasa Sopo looking. The tying runs aboard in the 8th.
Good news for the Mariners. And after Josh comes up, you have Ichiro, Figgins, and Branyan, all left-handed hitters.
One right down to Laporta, 1 down.
You have a little bit easier time of it against Perez.
stand in. Time he's facing Chris Clemens. A couple of hits tonight for Etrell. Brandon with a home run in the 8th. A couple of hits after that. Mariners could not get Lopez and Langerhans home. Marte in at third a little bit.
The situation here, Blower, is a 2-run lead. As long as there's nobody on base, you know you're going to get something to hit early in the count. Pitcher's going to come right at you, does not want to walk you, put somebody on base. So this Marin hitters are going to go up there ready to hit.
1-2. Ichiro an RBI single to left his last time up.
Well, right now it's pretty simple, Dan. You have to get somebody on in front of Brandon. You have Ichiro and Figgins. One of those two guys gets on. Russell, your best shot at tying up a ball game or maybe giving you a win. He's already hit 1 home run in the game.
1-2 strikes. Lights it off. Chris Perez, the 4th Cleveland pitcher tonight. Brandon, 0-1 pitch in the 8th. Screamer into the right field lower stands. His 22nd home run. More action for Laporta, 2 down. We'll bring up Sean Figgins. Last hope here for the Mariners. Figgins with an infield hit tonight, 1 for 4. Sean. Outfield shallow for Figgins. Marte, 1 foot on the grass at third. You had 1 for 9. That's what you had runners in scoring position, Mike?
Yeah.
1 for 5 last night. That has been a major problem for the Mariners all season long. 232 overall hitting. Runners in scoring position and bringing in the Mariners down to their last strike here in the 9th. Perez is ready. 1-2 to Figgins. Struck him out. That's the ball game. Cleveland wins 4-2. And the Tribe have taken 2 out of 3. And the Mariners on this homestand now drop to 3-6 with Felix Hernandez going tomorrow.
Well, the Mariners again struggling men in scoring position. We talked about it tonight. And it's kind of been the thing all year. Paulie struggled early in the game, but a nice job by Chris Seddon coming in, eating up some innings and shutting the Indians down so that they have an opportunity to get back in the game. Just couldn't score enough runs.
Well, the opportunities were there. The tying run came to the plate in the 7th. Lead run came to the plate in the 8th. And they got nothing across. Another big night for Shin Soo Choo and the Cleveland Indians, who win it 4-2. We send it off to Angie Mentek.